Hello, distinguished gentlemen. If you've ever looked into the mirror and quietly asked yourself, what happened to me? Please know you are not alone. When the blood in your body no longer flows the way it used to, everything seems to start changing. Your energy slowly fades, your strength gradually slips away, and intimacy, something that once felt so natural in the prime of life, quietly turns into a dusty memory tucked away in the back of your mind. But what surprises many people is that with just one very familiar ingredient from your kitchen, baking soda, if used the right way, you may actually support circulation, cleanse your blood vessels, and gently awaken the vitality you once thought was gone for good. My name is William Harris. I've spent over 30 years walking alongside men over 60, helping them regain their health, rebuild their confidence, and reconnect, naturally, safely, and without relying on risky prescriptions. And what I'm about to share with you today might change the way you think about aging, because this isn't just about growing older. It's about understanding and caring for the quiet currents flowing inside you. Before we go any further, I'd love to know a little bit about you, the one listening to me right now. What's your name, and where in the world are you watching this from? It would truly make me happy, and be an honor to know who I'm sharing this moment with. Please leave me a comment down below. And if you find today's topic meaningful, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That's the simplest way to let me know you're here, and to make sure you never miss any helpful content on health, recovery, and deep connection in your later years. Now, let's begin with the heart of it all. What exactly is happening inside our bodies after the age of 60 that slows down circulation? And why does it affect not only our energy, but also our ability to feel close in our relationships? Part 1. What really happens inside the body after 60? To understand why a simple habit like using baking soda could have such a deep impact on your health, we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Specifically, the quiet changes that begin happening inside your body once you cross the age of 60. The truth is, most men don't lose their vitality or intimacy simply because of age. What actually happens is this: blood flow gradually slows down over time. And that slowing doesn't just affect your physical strength. It shapes how you think, how you feel, and how you connect with others. I still remember one of my former patients, a man who looked at me with tired eyes and quietly said, "William, I don't feel like a man anymore." It wasn't because he was sick or frail. It was because he had lost that feeling of being needed, of living each day fully, and of being truly connected with his partner. And that story, sadly, is not rare. Because after 60, the body begins to produce less nitric oxide, a natural compound that plays a key role in relaxing blood vessels and allowing blood to flow more freely. As nitric oxide levels drop, your blood vessels become less flexible. The amount of blood reaching your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, even your intimate areas starts to decline. You might not notice it right away, but over time, you begin to feel more tired after even simple tasks. Your hands and feet grow colder. Your sleep becomes lighter, less restorative, and intimacy, something that once came naturally, now feels distant, difficult to reach. Even emotions like confusion, brain fog, or a lack of inspiration often trace back to a common root. Your blood just isn't flowing like it used to. I always tell my patients, just because something has slowed down doesn't mean it can't come back. Your blood flow can improve, your body can be supported, and you can begin to feel energy, confidence, and connection again, naturally, without medication. So what if there was a way to help nitric oxide come back online, to restore blood circulation, using something already sitting in your kitchen? Let's move on to the next part. where we'll explore the surprising way baking soda supports healthy circulation, restores inner vitality, and reconnects you with the parts of yourself you thought were gone. And dear friend, if you're still watching this video by now, I'm truly glad, because it means you genuinely care about your health. Please leave the number 1 in the comments below, so I know you're still here with me. Part 2. How baking soda works. Small but mighty. The first time I came across a study about the potential effects of baking soda on blood circulation, I was just as skeptical as anyone else. Honestly, all I could think of was that familiar white powder we toss into the fridge to neutralize odors, or mix with water to ease an upset stomach. But the deeper I looked, the more I realized I had underestimated its power. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, isn't just an acid neutralizer. It actually helps regulate the pH levels in your blood, which is a key factor that directly affects inflammation, blood vessel flexibility, and the body's ability to produce nitric oxide. Did you know that after the age of 60, your body's pH-regulating systems don't function as efficiently as before? A diet high in processed foods, not drinking enough water, chronic stress, all of these contribute to an overly acidic internal environment. And that's where the real problem begins. When your body leans toward acidity, your blood vessels tend to constrict. This leads to microblockages, slower circulation, and less oxygen and nutrients reaching vital areas, especially your brain, heart, and reproductive organs. As a result, you don't just feel tired or foggy. You begin to feel emotionally distant. Relationships may start to feel more strained, and the connection you once had with your partner, physically and emotionally, can begin to fade. This is where baking soda becomes a natural regulator. It helps bring your body back into a more alkaline balance, a state in which blood vessels can relax and expand, nitric oxide can be produced more efficiently, inflammation begins to ease, and circulation starts to flow freely again. And as that blood begins to move again, you may start noticing real changes. Feeling more alert in the morning, walking with more energy, and most of all, reconnecting with your partner in a way that feels warm, genuine, and no longer forced. Of course, this isn't magic. It's simple physiology. You're not forcing your body to change. You're giving it the right conditions to return to doing what it's meant to do. And the best part is, it's not expensive, not complicated, and only requires the right method and the right amount. So, how exactly should baking soda be used to be both effective and safe? In the next part, I'll walk you through it step by step, from the dosage to the timing, along with crucial notes that most people tend to overlook. But don't skip ahead, because the difference lies in the very details. Part 3. How to use baking soda. The right dose, the right time, the right way. There's something I've learned after decades of practicing medicine. It's the small things, when done consistently and correctly, that often lead to the biggest, most lasting changes. And when it comes to baking soda, how you use it is just as important as whether you use it at all. I once worked with a patient named Robert, 68 years old, a retired engineer. He was sharp, disciplined, and lived a clean lifestyle, yet he constantly felt heavy, sluggish, and drained of vitality. "Doc," he said as he sat across from me, "I'm doing everything right. I eat clean, walk every day, sleep on time, and still, I feel like I'm moving in slow motion." We didn't make any dramatic changes. We simply adjusted one small thing, the timing and method of taking baking soda. And soon, things began to shift. So how exactly should it be used? Let's keep it simple. Use 1/4 teaspoon of pure, food-grade baking soda, with no additives, and stir it into about 8 ounces of room-temperature water. Make sure it's fully dissolved. The best time to drink it is in the morning, right after you wake up, before breakfast, and even before your coffee. That's when your body, after a night of fasting, is naturally more acidic, and this is when baking soda's alkalizing effect is most powerful. I don't recommend taking it daily. Start with 3 to 4 times a week, spaced out, so your body has time to observe, respond, and rebalance naturally. Baking soda isn't here to force change. It's here to gently support your blood, your vessels, and your internal energy system to function at their best. If you'd like to boost the effect, you can add a slice of fresh lemon or a pinch of natural mineral salt. But even taken on its own, baking soda can bring noticeable changes over time. Robert called me 2 weeks later. "I'm not climbing mountains, Doc," he said, "but it feels like someone flipped the switch inside me. My mind feels clearer, my legs move faster, and intimacy, it's no longer a burden." What I want you to take away from this is simple. This isn't some health hack. It's a form of internal care, a natural way to restore blood flow from the inside out, using something surprisingly simple. That said, like any method, no matter how simple, if used the wrong way, it can reduce its effectiveness or even cause setbacks. That's why the next part is going to be so important. And if you're still watching this video right now, thank you. Truly, thank you for staying with me this far. Please leave the number 3 in the comments below, just so I know I'm not speaking alone. Part 4. Common mistakes to avoid. A small misstep, a big consequence. Over the years of working with thousands of patients, I've come to realize something important. Simple changes can bring powerful results, but they can also be easily undone by a few small mistakes. And that's exactly what often happens with baking soda. Because it's so familiar, so inexpensive, so easy to find, people become careless. They think this stuff is harmless, no need for careful instructions. And that's where the problems begin. The first common mistake is thinking that more is better. I've seen cases where, after getting good results from a 1/4 teaspoon, people started increasing to a full teaspoon, or even more. But the body doesn't work that way. More doesn't mean faster. In fact, too much sodium can cause stomach discomfort, raise your blood pressure, and put unnecessary stress on your kidneys. The second mistake is taking it every single day without breaks. Even though baking soda is natural, your body still needs rest, time to regulate and respond on its own. I typically recommend 3 to 4 times a week. Daily use can backfire, reducing its effectiveness and disrupting your body's natural balance. Another mistake is choosing the wrong type of baking soda. Make sure you're using pure, food-grade baking soda. No additives, no aluminum, no anti-caking agents. And never take it dry, not even a little. Some people have tried it, and let's just say, they called me right after, complaining of burning and nausea. Finally, and just as important, is skipping the conversation with your doctor. Especially if you have conditions like high blood pressure, kidney issues, or are on a low-sodium diet. Even natural remedies can affect your body's electrolyte balance if not used carefully. Talking to your doctor before starting isn't just a safety step. It's a sign of respect for your body. I'm sharing all this not to worry you, but to empower you, so you can enter this journey with confidence, awareness, and care. Because when you avoid these common mistakes, you don't just protect your progress, you give your body the best possible chance to truly receive the benefits. So how do you begin? If you're ready, I'll show you one small, simple action, a first step that could open the door to a stronger body, a clearer mind, and a more connected life. Part 5. Your first action step. A small start, a big shift. If you've stayed with me this far, that tells me something important. You're not just curious, you're ready. Ready to make a change. Ready to care for yourself again. And the best part is, you don't have to turn your whole life upside down to start feeling a difference. It all begins with one simple habit, done at a very specific time of day, early morning. That's when your body has gone several hours without food or drink. Your internal pH naturally leans slightly acidic, and this is exactly when baking soda can work most effectively to bring your system back into balance. Here's how to begin. Tomorrow morning, as soon as you wake up, before breakfast, before your coffee, pour yourself a glass of room temperature water, about 8 ounces. Stir in 1/4 teaspoon of pure food-grade baking soda. Make sure it dissolves completely. Take a deep breath and drink it slowly. No need to rush, no need to force, just be present. You're not just drinking water, you're gently resetting your internal rhythm. Repeat this habit 3 or 4 times a week on non-consecutive days. There's no need to do it daily. What matters most is consistency, not extremity. And as you do, start paying attention to the subtle shifts. More clarity in the morning, lighter steps, more ease in your emotions, and the return of natural, effortless connection, both with yourself and with the people you love. If you have any underlying medical conditions, please share your plan with your doctor before you begin. This isn't about rushing results. It's about listening to your body and allowing change to happen the right way. Because the goal here isn't to get your edge back. The goal is to return to the best version of yourself. Not to impress anyone, but to fully live each moment alongside the one you love. Dear friends, if there's just one thing I hope you carry with you after today's video, it's this. You have never lost your value. Even in moments when you felt tired, worn down, or quietly uncertain about who you are. That feeling of decline, it's not the end. It's just a signal, your body speaking up patiently and quietly, reminding you that it's still there, just waiting for you to care again. We've talked about blood circulation, about nitric oxide, and about how something as simple as baking soda can help support your blood vessels, ease inflammation, and revive a part of you, the part that once felt strong, connected, and fully alive. We've heard real stories, not fairy tales, but lived experiences from men who chose not to give up, who chose to try again, to rebuild, for themselves and for those they love. And now, I want to say this, from the heart of a doctor who spent his life listening to the quiet concerns of aging men. Your age is not your enemy. Giving up is. And the moment you start to care again, even with just one small change, you begin writing the next chapter of your life. If you've ever felt like mornings are too heavy, if you've ever sat in silence at dinner too tired to talk, if you've ever avoided your partner's gaze because deep down you felt less than yourself, then please believe this. You are not alone. And more importantly, you are not too late. One small glass of water, one quiet morning, one gentle moment of awareness. From there, greater movement begins. If this video gave you even a spark of something positive, even a sliver of light, I hope you'll take 3 simple actions. Like this video if the message resonated with you. That's the simplest way to let me know I'm not speaking into the void. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you'd like to continue walking this health journey with me, naturally, sustainably, and with a sense of purpose. And share this video with someone, a friend, a loved one, anyone who might need a quiet nudge in the right direction.